the channel. I just thought I would share my faith planner a little bit with you guys, and I'm in my bed right now. This is where I like to, right before I go to sleep, to kind of like settle down, wind down. I like to read my Bible verse and do my journaling and all of that. This is my favorite place to do this in, so I thought that it was fitting. We've got our nice fluffy blanket, favorite ink pen, and my planner, and I've already done my journaling for tonight, but I just thought I would kind of walk through this and show you guys how I have it set up and how I use it. I just have this envelope in here. I keep our tithe check in there, so I go ahead and write it out early, and then I put it in there so I don't forget it, because this does go back and forth to church with me, but I don't take a purse or my wallet or anything, so I want to make sure I have that in there because it's very important. I just have this little bookmark, and this is something that my son made me. That's what I love about the Happy Planner. I love that I can punch little things in here, and every time I see this, it's just a little note card, and he cut out Mom. But every time I see that, it just makes me smile and makes me feel loved, and so I like to keep it right there. Here is my page that you all saw me make, and I still love it. I love it more and more. Like, the more I look at it, the more I love it. I just have to keep telling myself these things. Next is just the cover page, a year at a glance, calendars, and then on this page, I just used some color. These are from the Happy Planner, the 5144 sticker book. And it bothers me that they're not in a straight line, but I'm trying to let it go. But I just have the books of the Bible in order, and just kind of like a little note. And then over here, I keep track of my favorite sermons. Like, if there is a sermon that I feel like is life-changing that I listen to, and I think I've said this before, I listen to a lot of sermons, like from different pastors and preachers from all over the world. But I have a few favorites, a few regulars I have to listen to every week. I don't have to, I want to listen to every week. And so if there's just something that's important and changes things for me, I want to write it down. That way, if I want to tell someone about it or share it with someone, I know where, like a quick reference of where it was. Okay, I already took November out. I started October the 31st doing this faith planning. And so I already took out November because I needed the room. But here is December, and this is the monthly spread. And I don't do a whole lot of decorating, and I'm okay with that. The only reason why this washi is down the side because I had to repunch the pages, and so it's not really there to be decorative. It's there to hold everything together. But each day in each box, I write down something that I am thankful for, something I'm grateful for. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just like little things. One of these days, I just wrote down, I was thankful for the bus driver and the bus monitor that take my little girl to school and bring her home, because I know what she's like in a vehicle, and they need to be thanked for what they do. This day, I think, was one of the most special days because our little guy got to celebrate his 3rd birthday with us this year. And last year on his birthday, I just remember being really sad. I still didn't know if he was ever going to come, and I knew it was his birthday, and we it was just really hard. So this year, I definitely wanted to make sure that I was saying thank you for that he got to come home to us and he got to celebrate his birthday with us this year. And sometimes I'll ask my husband, what is he thankful for if he's in here? And this day he said, food in the fridge and in our bellies. And he has some more over here. I like to just kind of write things down. That's a monthly spread and how I do things. And then here is the weekly spread. Now over here usually is, things I want to pray about. I did do a little bit of decorating. I decorated ahead of time, and then like tried to fill in around everything, and that didn't really turn out the greatest, but I did that for the whole month of December pretty much. So in this very top section, and this was from my previous faith planner. I just took it out because, December the 31st was still with January, and I was just excited to get into this new one, so I went ahead and just clipped these all in here. But this top section, I write the verse of the day. I use the YouVersion app on my phone usually to pull up the verse of the day, and I write the verse of the day here. And then in this middle section, I kind of I make notes about the verse of the day, or things that stuck out to me or were, kind of oh, that's powerful or whatever. I'll make those notes here, and then this. And sometimes if it's really something that's really good, I will write down other translations of it just so I can remember them, because different, translations say different things. And then in this bottom section, I just kind of, how can I apply this in my life, or maybe not necessarily that, but just something that's a little bit more specific or more personal to me. Sometimes I write down a little prayer there. So this is January's. A lot less decorating, but I really wanted the room to write down what I was thankful for. And shine is my word for 2019. And I don't even know where it was actually, I don't know what month it's on, but it's on one of these dividers. I saw it when I was putting this together, and it says, "Don't shine so others can see you. Shine so that through you others can see him." And so I just thought that was really fitting. It matched my word for the year perfectly, because that's what, when you think about shining, the light you want to shine is not what you would think. You want to shine so that others can see him through you. And that's not always easy to do, and that's something that I think that we all can forget, especially in the heat of the moment, or when we're aggravated or frustrated, that other people are watching us, and can they see him in us? So that is right there. I don't know, I wish I kind of maybe might make something that I can clip on here so I can move it month to month, because that just really is very powerful and important to me. So this is my sermon notes, and we had to leave church after Sunday school as my little boy had an accident, and I drove my husband's truck, and I didn't have his bag or anything, so we had to come home. And by the time we got cleaned up and got clean clothes on, it would have been over. So I was really frustrated and disappointed about that. So I turned on Flip the Flow. Stephen Furtick is the pastor of Elevation Church, and this is someone that I listen to on a regular basis, and I always like to take notes. This is one of my shorter, usually there's been times I'll have up to 5 pages of notes. It's I'm almost writing down every single word of the sermon. It's so good. And so this is where I put the sermon notes. And so I just really, I don't know, maybe I'll cover that up with a sticker, because it just this was just a continuation of this. This is not enough room. And I always put the title of the sermon, who is preaching the sermon, and then the date of it. And that's just another, so I can, reference that, because there's been so many times I'll go back to look at my notes and I'm oh, which one was that from? So I think that's really important to do that, especially if I know someone who is struggling with this same topic, and I can say, oh, go back and watch this one on this date, and this is what it's called, just search on YouTube, and it just makes things, it's just a lot easier just to write down the title and then who's preaching it. Usually I just do initials. Like I know SF is Stephen Furtick, JF is Jeremy Foster, CG is Craig Rochelle, JG is John Gray. You know, I guess I'm just kind of too lazy to write out their name. I don't even know why I do that. This next page, it says loving well this week, and so I just kind of wrote down the good and the bad. Like, I had my priorities messed up the past week, and I did not do this like I had been doing for months and months. And I could tell a difference in me. I honestly can say I feel like this has made a difference in my life, in my stress, in my anxiety, just in my overall wellness. This has just been so important to me. And whenever I didn't do it for those few days, like I could just tell it was not good. So I just kind of talk about that a little bit. And, you know, even though I wasn't journaling and writing things down, like I was still reading the scripture every day. I was still praying, and I was doing my gratitude, which I don't know if I was doing the gratitude. Like, I don't know why I missed those couple of days. I don't know what. See, if I journaled, I would know what was going on. Blessings this week. I just journal a little bit about that. And then this box right here, this is gratitude. Since I do the gratitude on the monthly spread, I don't think I'm going to do gratitude there. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, though, to be honest with you. And then it just turns into, that's like kind of out of the way. And here, because I'm sharing this with you all, I just, here we go with initials again. Like, I didn't want to put their names on here. I don't know how they would feel about that, so I just want to respect their privacy. Or these, it could be people I know, or people in family, people we go to church with. I know every Sunday we have prayer requests, so I try to jot those down so I will remember to pray for. How often do people really pray prayer requests? So I try to mark things down so I can go through the list, and I probably will add to it as the week goes on. I've already done Monday and Tuesday this week, and I'm ready for Wednesday. And then the only other thing, my son wrote me a note. Sweet boy. This in the back, very back section, I keep, like, this is a journaling page. It's kind of like after a church service and some things that happened at church, and I needed to journal about that and just kind of talk things through out loud to myself in my head, if that makes any sense at all. All right, guys, so that's it for my faith planner today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching. I hope this gave you some ideas. If you guys do something different with your faith planner, share down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.